Well, this might be hard to believe, but we actually just got the promo schedule for the next like 4 weeks, I want to say, and 3 of the 4 weeks are original promos, which I feel like has maybe been more common this year than in previous years, like Grassroots Grades, for example, we just got. But yeah, nice to see original promos. I feel like that always spices things up a bit. So we'll go and talk about that and how we already know the promos that are on the way here. We have a couple actually of on this day icon SBCs as well, and the official stats have also been leaked for them, so we can fully see the cards. That's pretty cool. And also we have evolution leaks, I believe, from the man FUT agent himself. And one more thing, I forgot what. Oh yeah, today the full fantasy team comes out, and we do have the official stats already for like the whole team leaked. And the cards do look pretty outrageous, but we'll go and talk about that. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description down below. They are the cheapest and the safest option. You could use my code JFC at checkout for an 8% discount. But okay, you might be wondering, why are you on the screen right here? I just wanted to show you guys that some of these Evo friendlies, some of these friendlies Evos that you earn by playing friendlies actually expire today. There's a couple like weak foot upgrades, I think, and a skill moves upgrade that I believe expire today at content time. So I just wanted to show you guys that in case you have some exclusives here that you haven't used yet, because I want to say that's happened to me before on a couple Evos where I'll just like forget because there's so many of them, and then they expire, and then oopsies, you don't get them back again. And that new friendly as well with the playstyle plus pick, that expires in 7 days. So they do have expiry dates, but they can kind of creep up on you when you're not expecting them to. And also the fantasy league refreshed today, and I did play it myself, and I was able to get 9 wins despite the fact that my PC is, I mean, it's ridiculous how much it crashes right now. I did manage to get only 1 loss crash. As a matter of fact, right now it crashed again right as I'm saying that. So I mean, I'm just gonna alt F4 this. But the point of me in the first place talking about the fantasy league was basically just to say that this set of 12 games was much harder than the first set, like not even remotely close. I thought the first set was pretty damn easy, honestly. I went 12-0. The second set was, I mean, it was, I'd say 10 of the 12 games were guys player locking constantly, and your typical elite div / borderline elite division players and high finishes in weekend league. Like that's the kind of player that I was facing personally. I could have just been getting unlucky, but I was seeing that sentiment on Twitter a lot today that this set of 12 was a lot harder. So keep that in mind for the next set of 12 if you end up with a really good record, that could even be harder. So we'll talk more about that though in a little bit later part of this video. But okay, new season promos. FUT Birthday is going to be the next promo after FUT Fantasy. Then we got Dream Chasers, Immortal Heroes and Icons, and Invincibles Icons. Now these two could just be Icons and Heroes based only. It might just be like an Invincibles promo or an Immortals promo, right? But we just have the Heroes and Icons leaked for them right now. And you might be asking, well, what do you mean leaked? Like, where are they? Well, we got this information today from FUT Scoreboard because of some pack leaks. They added in like weeks worth of packs here actually, which is kind of surprising because you can see we got 88 plus Fantasy FC, FUT Birthday, or Dream Chasers player items. So that basically confirms it will be FUT Birthday into Dream Chasers there. But it was weird because you would assume this kind of pack it would take a while for this to drop. I mean, we're talking a few weeks probably, unless it's in the season, but even then that's almost 2 weeks. Then Dream Chasers guarantee, FUT Birthday guarantee. Over here we got Immortals, so we have Immortals Hero or Immortals Icon. So this one we assume is just Heroes and Icons, but it's one pack description, so you never truly know. But 8140, 8130, 15 by 87, these could be in the new season. They could be some objective out there. And extending off that, there's 81 by 50 and an 81 by 75 also there. And there is this pack that was kind of making waves. It's gonna be a 4U pack, so it's gonna cost money, but it includes 1 Encore player pick from Team of the Year icons or Future Stars icons. And people saw this and said, oh my god, that's gonna be an insane pack. And it probably is, honestly, or insane pick, sorry. Because sorting by price here, we go down to the bottom. Like the cheapest of these is Henrik Larsson and then Xabi Alonso. So yes, there's some cheaper ones here, but technically speaking, you're guaranteed 150k plus icon if that was to come out like tomorrow. That did draw some excitement. It's a guaranteed Larsson pack though. I mean, let's be real. It's going to be Larsson, Xabi Alonso, Nesta, Bobby Moore in, I'd say 75%. Probably have one of them in there. But yeah, it's a store pack, so don't open it unless you want to just fucking send your coins, which I wouldn't recommend. But the last slide over here was more store packs. FUT Birthday Energizer pack, okay, and nothing else really interesting. But basically we had to confirm what the promo path is going to be, right? And it's kind of funny thinking about Immortals and Invincible Icons is that the new season coming out, the theme of it is Memory Lane. That's literally the name of the new season. So all of that kind of flows in with that, like Immortal, like any FIFA legend would be Immortal. And then you have FUT Birthday, which is like celebrating that, right? So a lot of these promos, I feel like will have that vibe, would be my guess. In Dream Chasers, hard to know what the hell that could mean, but I wonder how far into the nostalgia they'll go over the next, like, I don't know, 4 weeks or 5 5 weeks of when the season is. But okay, we have more leaks, but let's get to this team here quickly coming out today. The official stats are all right here. So Jay Roberto looks like that, and keep in mind they can get upgrades, which I mean, some of these cards like that Jay Roberto getting upgrades, what the fuck? Rashford 97 pace, 93 shot. Some of these cards will be some of the most expensive cards in the game. Keane and Rodrigo both with quick step and finesse. Carragher looks good. Even Farrah Williams looks really good actually. Darwin Nunez finesse shot and rapid. Pavar has jockey and intercept, which as we know center backs don't get intercept very often. Matisse Tell looks like that, which is crazy. And only 3 of the cards have 1 playstyle plus, which kind of begs the question, like, why even give them 1 if only 3 of them have it? A little nitpicky, but also like, what are we doing? Yeah, I mean, even Mario Gomez, power shot and aerial with some pretty crazy stats. Probably has a 5-star weak foot, great finisher. Looks like a crazy team. Davies as well, didn't even mention Davies. And then we got a couple of on this day icon SBCs, and Dennis Bergkamp is the first one here. These are actually the official stats, and I don't know, EA love to give first touch and finesse, which I'm not going to complain about because I actually think both of them are very, very good play styles. You guys know finesse shot plus, obviously, as everybody knows that, but first touch plus slept on. But EA love giving that combo out, and the card is fine. You know, I'm curious to see what play styles are on there, but yeah, it's nothing too exciting, but the playstyles will definitely make or break that card probably. And Ashley Cole is also on the way. And looking at his stats, actually, they're not that crazy. They're really not at all, honestly. 83 passing, 84 dribbling, 83 physical. People say Ashley Cole's very good in game, though, so maybe he's got that aura where he'll end up being pretty good. But the stats actually aren't that crazy on that card either. And Ashley Cole scored his first Chelsea goal on March 1st, 2008. So I'm assuming that's going to be March 1st for Cole there. And then also Dennis Bergkamp had his flick goal that everybody's seen a million times on March 2nd. So looks like March 1st and March 2nd will be the release dates there. And we also do have Rafinha's official card here, rapid and tiki-taka with 96 pace, 90 rated. Very nice card there. And still, we don't know if it's an SBC or an objective. I would guess it's SBC, but you never know what EA might have up their sleeve, I suppose. And we're not done with leaks yet. We got evolutions now as well. Fantasy FC Evos, all stat boosts, high capped, weak foot and skill move boosts. Smalling and Samuel Lino can be used. So usually that means it's an 87 cap of some kind. When he tweets out the first couple cards, is usually like the rating cap. He also says here, Teo Hernandez cannot be used. So take that for what you will with these requirements here. Apparently this can't be used. So maybe a max pace requirement or max physical requirement there. And this was tweeted before the Evo came out today, right? So this guy replied and said, you got it wrong, no. And then FUT Agent replied to that guy saying, no, evolution is coming. Multiple Evos coming this weekend. Looks like once again, we're probably going to have quite a few Evos again over the course of this week. So I think we're all down for that. I really hope we get some pace Evos here shortly because we have not had almost any that can upgrade pace, which is kind of strange. Being nitpicky here once again, I'm happy we're getting lots of Evos, but it does feel like many of them don't upgrade pace very much. You kind of need to have those base high pace cards. So I wonder when we will see that. And the ones that do upgrade pace, like that fullback Evo, caps at 86. Like an 86 pace fullback Evo is kind of, I don't know. And he says good Evo for that Samuel Lino / Smalling one. He says we, and he also gives another card that fits, and I believe, yeah, it's Marco Asensio as well, so I'm assuming 87 cap there. And keep in mind, Evo leaks can be quite fickle, like the exacts can be wrong more often than most other leaks that are out there, so keep that in mind too. And guys, just warning you, no, the Navy SEALs did not enter your home, but you are about to be flashbanged, okay? Just give it about 10 seconds. You have been warned. Okay, Serie A Player of the Month nominees have been announced. Angelino, Kolo Muani is there, Nico Paz, Christian Pulisic, Matteo Retegui, and Mattia Zaccagni are the 6 nominees. And then we got the goals and assists right here, plus the record. And looks like Kolo Muani's probably going to be the favorite, combining the record and stuff like that. 4-0, 4 goals, 1 assist, just joined as well. Maybe has that extra hype, but Retegui does have actually more goals and assists combined with no losses as well, so he could win it too. It's probably between those two, you would guess, just looking at raw numbers, but you never know. It could be Angelino. Left back with 2 goals and assists is pretty damn good. But if I had to put money on it, I'd probably say Kolo Muani is the most likely winner. And no, we're still not done. We have 5 more fantasy cards that we don't know the stats of yet, but apparently will be SBCs / objectives. Release dates here. Feller is tomorrow, or today when you're seeing this probably. March 4th for Garrett and Gallagher. March 3rd for Brand and Teate. Okay, we don't know the card stats, so can't say much, but those cards are on the way. And what do you think about these like player picks of SBCs, of 2 kind of middling to not great cards coming out as player picks? Does that make it more interesting? I don't know if EA thinks it makes it more interesting when we get two of them. I mean, hard to complain about more and more options, I guess. That's kind of a dumb thing to complain about, but if they're both not great, then it's kind of like, you know, what's really the point? But then again, there's a lot of casuals out there as well that do maybe need those lower end SBCs, I suppose. And here's like the full rundown of SBCs on the way. You've got Mo Salah, who's probably winning player of the month, Bergkamp, Kolo Muani, Rafinha, Gift Mondays down there, Sansei, Dembele is, they say expected. I'd say it's probably a 60-40 chance he doesn't win it if I had to take a guess, actually. If you go and look at the stats combined with like voter fatigue because he won it last month, and then Ashley Cole's in there as well. That's kind of the big rundown on what's to come. And also the 90x4 pack, I believe, can be achieved today. And if you want to look at who all could be in here, you might have to zoom in on your screen a bit, but this is all that could be in there. There are some duds in there, but there is also a lot of great cards, actually. You're getting this upper echelon, like these top 30 here, and there's a lot over 1 million coins that you're probably not going to get, but you could. And, you know, EA did give us a pretty good chance in getting them, I guess. So if you want to pause the video, you guys can check that out in more detail. But okay, also, guys, what I wanted to talk about today a little bit was when you look at the Evos right now, go to trending players, right? There's basically 5 to 10 cards each Evo that comes out that go extinct that you just can't use. And what do you guys think about that? Like today it was Loftus-Cheek, right? Loftus-Cheek went extinct today because of this Evo. Even Gold Valverde, if we can go find Valverde down here somewhere. Thought I just saw him. Where the hell is this guy? Oh yeah, he's literally the top one. You know, Valverde went extinct today, right? Again, the gold card, it says 40k, but he is extinct at 40k right now. You have to go and snipe him. What do you think about that whole thing? Because does it reward people for holding on to players more, or is it kind of bullshit that you can't actually Evo who you want to because you can't buy who you want to? I'm seeing the debate a little on Twitter. I feel like it's going to start happening more and more when we get crazy Evos and people can't buy the cards they would like to, and people will start complaining about it. Shocker, I know, but I just wanted to ask you guys what you guys think about that. But hey, we're probably 2 weeks away from FUT Birthday. I think we'll see a road to the final week and then FUT Birthday. If that is the case, FUT Birthday is going to come out and a lot of cards will have great skill moves and weak foot, and they'll probably all have 2 playstyle pluses. FUT Birthday is usually kind of one of those promos that will do stuff to the market, so just be aware of that, like planting that seed in your guys' head, and you could see a pretty big market dip, because honestly, still right now, go look at like this layout card, you know, pros use this guy, so he's obviously very, very good, but we still have 1 playstyle plus cards with not insane stats that can be 1.7 mil still. We'll reach a point soon-ish where this won't be a thing really anymore. And I know layout is like an exception. A lot of cards right now are not this price that are 1 playstyle plus, but my point is that we'll see a shifting of the guard very soon, and FUT Birthday has hyped players, skill moves and weak foot, usually pack weight's pretty damn good, and Evos were very good last year for FUT Birthday, I believe. And we know Evos are better this year than last year, so just planting that seed in your guys' head. I do think the market should do okay this week still. The SBCs coming out aren't like earth-shattering, so you still should be fine. But like I said, soon you might not be. And by soon, maybe post this weekend league, you might just want to take a chill a little bit and kind of survey things a bit. But okay, let's read your comments now. And by the way, I loved reading where you guys were all from. I think I hearted every single one of them, so thank you guys for commenting. We had like 200 or something like that. But okay, honestly, there was like probably 10-15 comments yesterday that were agreeing with that theory or take that cards get worse over time. Stefan Awesome was saying a very similar thing, and a lot of time the rebuttal to that is like, well, the power curve changes week over week, so your card literally does get worse because stats on the other team and around them get better all the time. But people were complaining about like literally the next day he felt like shit. So once again, it's hard when inconsistent gameplay exists, but for what it's worth, it's a theory that many subscribe to and believe, I suppose. And there were a couple comments yesterday that actually did say this too. Jailbanya, I think. Everything is unrealistic since Evos came in, crying laughing emoji. So hearing you say unrealistic is pretty alarming. And I think what he means is that players that aren't very good in real life now compete in our 99 rated cards, which is obviously unrealistic. Men's and women's cards playing against each other, right? Dead people against alive people. Like, obviously it's unrealistic. So why is a glitched pass where you draw the line? And I think it's a fair question, honestly. Like, where do you draw the line? I think that we kind of, as us hardcore, if you're a hardcore FC fan, well, as much of a fan as you probably can be, I feel like you can kind of tell when something is pure cheese and when something is like either skill or mechanically difficult or intricate, right? So I don't really have, I would say, a perfect answer to this, but I do think it's worthy of discussion where, yeah, like, where do you draw the line on the unrealistic stuff? I think that there actually is some unrealistic stuff in gameplay that I like, so I don't even want to draw the line at like gameplay, because I do think we should have less bounce backs, and I think that oftentimes it's just realistic to have a lot of bounce backs like there is in real life. I prefer us to be like, hey, if you tackle the ball, you keep it more. There's less deflections. Like, I like that aspect, which technically would be be unrealistic per se, to try and avoid those bounce backs and those deflections all over the place. I don't know, but I do agree there is some sort of line somewhere. I suppose it's up to the individual to kind of try and judge where they think that line is or should be. Also, by the way, the icon pick for almost all my comment section was a W. So just putting it out there. I'm not saying you're going to get something good in it guaranteed, but I didn't get, I think, maybe one comment. Maybe I could go look again, but I don't know if I got one comment. Like Thunderstruck Zico, I think might have been the worst player I heard somebody get. But never mind. Hold on. Hierro. Never mind. Max Turner. Sorry, Max. You got absolutely shafted, my friend. And there's this guy, Rooney, Barnes, and Nistelrooy. So, okay, my memory's a goldfish, and it wasn't perfect for everybody, but then down here, Jairzinho Mateus Vieira. I know we talk about this a lot on the channel, but Matt Song was talking about, he got bad stuff in the icon picks, seeing those picks hurt, relating that to this Reddit post I saw. You know, who else is not doing the Fantasy FC League objectives? If you don't think it's worth the hassle, then just don't play it. It's as simple as that. If it's not going to be fun for you, you'll be stressed the whole time, just don't do it. It's not worth it. So if you watch every day, you know I say it a lot, but we're here to have fun. Just try your best to enjoy it. Find ways that you, specifically you, enjoy the game, and that's the most important thing. But hey, hope you guys have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend as well, and I love you all. Peace.